rooting mint, and start making your own teas to avoid microplastics. Plus, my gardening secret. I have a gardening secret I want to tell you, but it's quite embarrassing. It has to do with mints. But first, let's get started on today's how-to part of this video, which is how to root mint in water. This is a peppermint that I purchased from my favorite local nursery. I'm on a mission to grow our own teas this year, which is why I need to grow a lot of mint. So I'm going to multiply this little mint plant, and I'm going to show you how to do so. Did you guys hear about the microplastics in most of our store-bought teas? I sure did. And it's made me more determined than ever to grow enough herbs and tea plants to be able to make our own teas from scratch. And we drink a lot of tea in our family, which means I need a lot of plants. If you don't want to make your own teas, consider buying loose leaf teas. And whenever possible, buy organic teas. Unless, of course, you want a teaspoon of chemicals with your morning tea. Oof, I cringe by the thought of it. Because if they don't mind putting plastic on our teas, of course they don't care about the chemicals they grow their plants with. And it makes me want to expand my tea garden even faster. Not sure where to start? I get it, because it is overwhelming. I started by asking myself 2 questions. Number 1, what tea would you like to be able to recreate in your home garden? And number 2, what health benefits would you like your tea to have? And that's where I've started. We have 2 main teas that we drink, a lemon ginger probiotic tea and a cerasee tea. We already add an ice cube of a homemade elderberry roselle juice every time we make tea. And when we have it, we also add homegrown lemon. Over the years, we've added things to our garden that have specific medicinal qualities, and we already have lots of herbs growing. We've got Camellia sinensis, which is the tea plant. We've got elderberry, lots of elderberry. We love elderberry. We've got gingers. We've got lemongrass, this one. Make sure to check out the video on how to grow and start lemongrass from the lemongrass in your grocery store. We also have roselle, hibiscus, turmeric, and much, much more. But the flavor of peppermint has a way of making kids more eager to drink a tea. So I'm hoping to grow a lot of it too, and all other kinds of mints. But we got to start somewhere. Rooting mint is actually quite simple if you do it the way I'm going to show you. I've propagated mint in soil before with mixed success, and rooting mint in water is by far the fastest way with the best success rate. So let's get started. How to root mint in water. First, you need to get your hands on some mint. You can pick up a small mint plant at your local nursery, like this peppermint that I've got. They have chocolate mint, which is a good one, spearmint, lots of different kinds. Or you can get some mint clippings from one of your family members or plant friends. Next, you need a glass of water. When you first buy your mint plant, they're usually small, so I recommend that you use a shot glass or an empty seasoning container, glass preferred. Just something that's small and slim, and preferably clear glass. When you're deciding on which stems to cut, you want to make sure that you have at least 2 sets of leaves up here, and then that you have 1, 2 sets, maybe even 3 below, because you want to cut, let's see if we can take this closer. You want to cut right above where you can see 2 new leaves coming. So this one is kind of small. I do have a little leaf coming down there, so I'm going to cut down here because I know that it's going to send off in a couple of directions. Now you just strip off the bottom leaves. Be gentle. I'm going to strip off this section of leaves too. There. That way I'm left with 2 sets of leaves up top, and I'm gonna put it in the water. See, if I had a bigger container, it would fall in very easily and it just becomes a hassle. So I prefer to use these little shot glasses or the glass herb containers. So here's another one I can see that has 2 leaves down here. I'm sure it's gonna give me any more leaves. Just gonna cut right there. You can strip it. Strip this one too. And put it down in the glass. Lean it on the edge. Find some more. Here's one you can see that I've done previously. Right here you can see it's coming with new leaves. And it's gonna make a fuller plant, which is good. So this plant is actually gonna grow better because we're taking cuttings. I'm looking for another good cutting. Here's one down here. You see that I have some these below and I have these right here, so I'm going to cut it right here above 2 leaves. And strip it. I wonder if you can hear that woodpecker. Uh-oh. See what I did? Oops. I'm still going to put this part in. We'll see. Maybe it'll take it, maybe it won't. We'll let you try. And got some more good ones. This one's kind of falling over. Let's take that one. Looks like it wants to be cut. It's been a little bit chilly. Last couple of nights, been upper 30s. Hopefully it will be the last cold of the year. There we go. Oh. Now if you have bigger cuttings, that's even better, but you gotta work with what you have. So this is what I do when I get a new plant. Better be more careful this time. And I'm just tossing the leaves into my other plants. Feed them all the time. I'll snip some of these leaves off so the energy goes into building roots. And I like to just fill up the glass so that they kind of hold each other up, which, oops, look what I did. I pulled off the bottom part of it. Yeah, that happens. The second time that I took cuttings from this plant. But it is ready to get in the ground. There we go. This one you can see coming up with new leaves already. Make sure it doesn't fall down. So I can get one more just so that I have enough to hold it up. This one you can see is definitely coming new, sending off new stems. All right. See if I can be a little bit more careful here. Don't want to waste any more. No, I need one more, don't I? Do not want it to fall into the glass, and then it's just so easy to lose your cuttings when they soak in and they rot. If you have leaves on the bottom of the stem, they'll rot in the water and it'll just mess up your entire project. There we go. So now, you can see it. Now you want to place this glass with water and mint clippings in a window with lots of light. I have a southern facing window in my propagation station. You can check out that video. And that's where I put this. Change the water every 2 to 3 days and make sure the water level does not fall below the bottom of the stems, because then of course they'll dry out and die very fast. Within a few days you'll start seeing roots on the mint, and after a week or 2 you can transfer your mint into a small pot with some good compost, and then transfer the mint into a bigger pot into your garden. Once your mint plants have become established with a good root system, you will start seeing the roots come out at the bottom, and that is definitely a sign that it's time to rehome your mint plant. That's how easy it is to root mint in water, but I'm going to show you a little video of some I've already rooted. These mint cuttings have been in this little glass of water for about a week. Look at the roots of them. They're about ready to be put into a little pot. They've just been here in a southern facing window, together with some figs, some mulberries. That's how easy it is to root mint in water. But I promised you that I was going to tell you a gardening secret. My gardening secret. Here it is. I have killed lots and lots of mint plants. Mint is supposed to be one of the easiest plants to grow, so it's a little embarrassing. We grow most of our plants in pots, and growing mint in pots generally recommended because it tends to spread a lot. So when I first brought home a chocolate mint years ago, I thought I was all set, but no, it died. So did many mint plants after that. The big problem I have is the sun. My first mint plant died in the sun, and then I became afraid of putting mints in full sun because the sun is so harsh here in Florida. Combine that with the fact that we have a lot of trees, a lot of shade, and so I started growing all my mint plants in the shade. But apparently mint plants do not like growing in the shade, not even in Florida. So this little mint plant is going to get mostly sun with a little bit of afternoon shade. But if there's anything I've learned from this entire mint experience, because yes, now I do have some mint plants growing, and I can easily start mint plants from cuttings. But if there's anything to learn from my gardening secret, it is that you shouldn't be afraid of falling when you garden. Notice I didn't say failing. Whenever someone tells me that they don't have a green thumb, or that they kill a lot of plants, and I've been told that a lot, I look straight at them and I tell them that the more plants they kill, the more of an experienced gardener they become. And that I am a very experienced gardener. Yes, let's look at this mint. Yes, I am very experienced. Seriously, we have thousands of plants. We grow fruit trees, we grow herbs, we grow edible plants, we grow native plants, we grow tropical plants, we grow everything you can. And we get a lot of food from our garden, from a food forest. But to get to this stage, I have killed a lot of plants. But every time I've killed a plant, I've learned something from it. I take mental notes, and I keep the knowledge for the next time I attempt to grow a similar plant. Sometimes it takes a little while before I make another attempt because, hey, plants aren't cheap. Unless you grow them from seed, they're not cheap. So don't get discouraged. Don't be afraid of falling. And don't be discouraged when you have gardening setbacks. Not everything you grow will live, but some will, and hopefully you will keep on growing. If you want to learn how to grow more plants, check out all of the many how to grow videos we have here at Dainty Treetops Family Farm YouTube channel. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, and then please share this video with a friend who thinks they have a plant done, and tell them, nope, you are just becoming an experienced gardener. Thank you for watching, and thank you for making the world a little greener.